Well, hey guys, welcome to my channel, and I'm gonna show you my Assassin's Creed documentary in which I'm gonna discuss all the Assassin's Creed games, and I will look at the past, the present and the future. So make sure you sit back and relax and let's get right on. Well, at first it was 2007. This was the year in which it all started, the whole Assassin's Creed idea. The first version of Assassin's Creed was released that year. It was called Assassin's Creed or Assassin's Creed 1 later on. It was developed by Ubisoft, which is generally known as a good game producer. The game itself was produced by Jade Raymond. Well, she did a good job, as we all know. Assassin's Creed 1 got popular straight away, and she also produced Assassin's Creed 2. But that's what we'll talk later about. So, but the real deal were these two guys. These two guys are Corey May on the left and Duma Wenchu on the right, and they were the actual screenwriters of Assassin's Creed. So they really thought up the whole idea of being an assassin and killing people, getting assignments, the whole idea, just everything. And on the right, Duma Wenchu didn't came back. This was the only Assassin's Creed he helped with. But Corey May did almost all the Assassin's Creed after this. He was the screenwriter for almost every Assassin's Creed, or helped with the screenwriting at least. So let's get to the game itself. The game itself immediately got the attention of the crowd because of its cool looks and its refreshing new game style. The game takes place in the time of the Crusades, and the main character is, as you can see on the left, Altair. Altair is the assassin in the game, and he is adored by the crowd for his great fighting moves and his very amazing agility. In the game he fights against Crusaders, and he gets various assignments of his master Al-Mualim, which in the end betrays him. The overall game has a very solid storyline and is really enjoyable to play, as you can see here. Altair looks over the city to synchronize, and then he jumps in a haystack and he immediately gets the attention of the people in the game. That's really nice about the game. It's very open. You can climb on everything, you can go everywhere you want, and the crowd immediately responds to what you do. But what really is interesting is the fighting part in the game. You see here on the left top corner there is a yellow button. That means you're being chased, but the line of sight is broken. And here there is a red flashing logo, so you're being chased and the line of sight isn't broken. And as you can see here, the soldiers, his opponents catch up with him, and there comes the fighting into action. And the fighting in Assassin's Creed is really awesome. It's not like other games hitting the attack button as often as you can to win the game. But here you really got tactics. You got a few buttons: attack, deflect, the defense button, use your hand, like that. Just a few buttons, but by using by pressing the right combinations of buttons at the right time, you can perform really amazing tricks like he does right there. And so you can defeat your opponents. So the fighting is really a true skill. You need to practice it, and you need it takes a little time to get used to it. But yeah, the controls are really like a marionette gameplay. You get one button for his hand, right hand for his left hand, like that. And also a very nice thing about Assassin's Creed is that you can not only play as Altair, but also as Desmond. Desmond is a bartender, which is taken by some crazy scientists and is being captured, and he's forced to go into the Animus, which is kind of a giant computer, so they can read his DNA, and in that way they can read his memories. and that's what you see when you play like Altair. So Altair was actually an ancestor of Desmond, and like we see here, Altair goes to another tower to synchronize to look over the area, and you can go everywhere where you want. Well, next was 2008. 2008 was a year in which one Assassin's Creed game was released. It was called Assassin's Creed Altair's Chronicles, and this is the cover. It was released for Nintendo DS, Web iOS, Symbian, and Android. So for lots of mobile devices, and the game looks pretty cool. But you gotta admit, when you the gameplay looks like this, so that's not really nice. Lack of anti-aliasing, poor graphics, and on the right top corner, why are there points? I can't remember having points for anything in Assassin's Creed 1, so I think that's pretty stupid. And another thing is you can't even see your own health. And those bubbles with which you need to press really look very dumb, I think. And overall it just looks more like a 3-year-old zookeeper game as like an assassination game. So I went to Metacritic to look up the score of this game, and it was 58 out of 100, like I'll show you now. Like I said, 58 out of 100. Some people said they really enjoyed it, but I don't really think so. It's just a stupid game. And I want to get attention to the reaction of Dragon Wave down there. I expanded the reaction, and I never expected that he had such a lot of text about how sucky the game is. He says poor fighting, poor gameplay, bad graphics, but at least. Next up is 2009. In 2009 there were 2 games released. The first one is Assassin's Creed Bloodlines, and this is actually the last Assassin's Creed game in which you play as Altair. After that there came another new character, but it was only released for PlayStation Portable, and what immediately draws my attention is that it's for 16 years and older, while usually the Assassin's Creed games are for 18 years and older. So yeah, I didn't quite understand why that was, but at least here we got some gameplay. As you can see, the graphics are still poor and there's lack of anti-aliasing, but at least the controls are kind of the same, and the fighting, the way you need to fight, is also the same. I also looked up the Metacritic score of this game, and it was 63 out of 100, so that's 5 points higher as the other game. But yeah, hey, maybe for someone who has a PSP and he doesn't care about graphics and he just wants to play more levels of Assassin's Creed, it might be a nice game.
I was told there would be another fleet of 8.
I'm sorry, Maria, but this is the best we could do.
You see, this looks really stupid. But after that, in 2009, Assassin's Creed 2 was released, and this was just awesome. This was the game that got Assassin's Creed back in the game, so to say. As you look at the cover, looks really amazing. This looks really promising, and it became just a very nice game. Here again there was also Corey May, who helped screenwriting the first part, and he helped screenwriting the second part too. He did most of it actually. And there was again Jade Raymond, who produced the game, and we're pretty familiar with them. But yeah, Assassin's Creed was a whole new game, and from now on Assassin's Creed was played in the Renaissance, so a lot of things changed and you can do a lot more stuff in game. It was also produced by Ubisoft, and this one again was made for PC, Xbox 360 and PS3. Yeah, and that's as we all know a lot better as the Nintendo DS. So this game really got attention and popularity, and in the back you hear the actual soundtrack of Assassin's Creed 2, which is pretty nice. And here I'll show you some gameplay. The intro looks like that, which is awesome. And immediately you can see the graphics are a lot better as the previous Assassin's Creed. And there's also just a lot more to do. However, many things are still the same. You can still jump in haystacks, climb on everything and every roof. It looks pretty different, and I quite like it because it's a rich part of Italy, and you can also send messages with pigeons. That was also invented in the Renaissance, and this is a nice thing. You can shoot with a pistol if you aim long enough. And yeah, because it's Renaissance, so pistols were invented, and you got a lot more weapons in general. And if you want to know what that was, the things on the floor, that way you're safe because you're with a group of people, so you don't really get noticed. And what he now does, he toxicates the Emperor. That's pretty nice. Toxic is also in the Assassin's Creed 2. And yes, the Emperor gets kind of crazy. And like that, you can kill two people at the same time, which is awesome. And the Metacritic scores of this game were really high. 91 for the PS3, 90 for the Xbox 360, and 86 for Windows. So yeah, but this is the end of the first part. So leave a like, subscribe, please. This really helps out my channel. And come back and watch part 2, please.